Welcome back once again to Frontliner Analysis, and if you're watching us for the first time, please kindly take a second of your time and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then don't forget to turn on notification bell for more updates daily. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on this particular video, I want to address my fellow youths in this country of Kenya, as we are remaining with less than 22 months for us to face some of the rogue leaders on the ballot box ahead of 2027 elections, so that we can make sure that we elect leaders but not politicians, because that is the only way that we can bring change in this country on a peaceful way without going to the street to protest. Hiyo tu, kuenda kwa ballot na kuchagua viongozi wazuri, but not going to the street. But behind that one, it is high time for us as Gen Zs to stop listening to some of the leaders in this country of Kenya, because I have realized that these leaders always tell us what they want us to hear. What can make us to laugh? What can make us to vote for them? But not something that can add value to our lives. It is true. Because as I'm talking to you right now, there is a video that is now trending on the social media platform on how Odoyo Owidi, a politician from Nyanza region, was spotted having a crowd of the Gen Zs while telling them on how Gachagua is the person who killed General Francis Ogola, who died on a chopper crash in Kwale. How? Is this the time to tell Kenyans on how so and so killed so? Or is it the time for these leaders to tell us on how we can bring change in our own country, on how we can vote for good leadership, but not to tell us stupidity things on how Gachagua killed General Francis Ogola? Because what I know is that Odoyo Owidi was trying to tell Kenyans that we don't need the people from Mount Kenya region. He was trying to divide us, to distance Luos from Kikuyu, which is so-called tribalism politics, tribalism card. And that is something that have totally messed up with our economy, with the development in this country of Kenya, whereby it is all about politicians calling their friend that, oh, bring your people on the table, bring your people so that we can see who is having many numbers or nini, so that we can rally back behind him. But I have never witnessed any leader or any politician in this country of Kenya trying to tell his fellow leader that please come so that we can unite together to make sure that this road from Nairobi to Mombasa is good. The road from Nairobi to Mount Kenya is good. The road from Nairobi to Kambani is good. The road from Nairobi to Siaya is good. No, it is all about bringing your people to the table. Bring your people to the table. But before we proceed with this analysis, I want you to watch this video of Odoyo Owidi so that you can understand how these politicians always play with our minds.
All the things you have accused President William Ruto of since he became president were a creation of people like Kahiga, were a creation of people like Gachagua. They sat down. And I want any of you who understand Kikuyu to go and look for Google and listen to what was said in Limuru 3 conference in Limuru. And if you don't understand, get somebody to translate it for you. And the last paragraph I will tell you, before I tell you what will happen now, is that when President William Ruto became the president, he appointed a man called General Ogola, the Chief of Defense Forces. Right? At that point in time, the Chief of Staff of his DP, Rigathi Gachagua, was George McGoey, a Luo from Siaya. And at that point in time, he appointed people in this country depending on the population rather than how they voted. Then Rigathi Gachagua started a campaign that no, we must only appoint according to how they voted, something he called shares. President Ruto had listened but never took action. Each time he came to Siaya, he reminded us that we need to do something about our shares in government. When we could not convince him that we are Kenyans paying taxes, we deserve those positions and development, he decided to fire his then Chief of Staff, George McGoey, from his office, and then he was made an ambassador. Conveniently, General Ogola died. What you do with that conveniently is yours. Then next, there was the Limuru Conference 3 to incite the youth from his village, then nicknamed it Gen Zs, and sold it to the rest of Kenya that this is a national movement now. And because we are Gen Zs, we fell in. If today you come telling us this is a Luo thing, we will join in if we are Luos. That is how people work. Thereafter, General Ogolla is dead. His chief of staff is no longer the Luo. He's now a Kikuyu with several Kikuyus in the office. Then the Limuru conference. Then on 24th, he runs to Mombasa when his Gen Zs raid parliament. And you know one thing you did not know? Popular uprisings, be it Tunisia, Egypt, and everywhere else that happened recently, only succeed when the army sides with the protesters. And that is why General Ogolla had to go. What you do with that information is your story. Finally, but most important, I have not been convinced of any good reason why in the next general election, the people of Kenya should not re-elect President William Ruto. Why? Because when you want to remove somebody from office, the person who is to take that office needs to be standing at the door. Then we check if he is fit for that office. Now let us look who are there. We have had Kalonzo for 35 years. We have had Rigathi. We have had Karua. We have had Wamalwa. Who is new there? Who is the Gen Z there? If the person at the door waiting to take over from President William Ruto was a Gen Z, somebody we have nothing dirty about, I would probably say, yes, it is time. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Help me to keep Kenya for all of us. A country where anybody, Giriama, Mijikenda, Jaluo, Mukamba, can be president and finish his term.
That is the video. Inside that video, is there anything that you have heard there that can add value in your life as a Kenyan citizen, to be sincerely? Apart from making William Samoei one-term president, which is good, is there any word that you have spoken up that can really change your mind, that can really convince you that this gentleman is trying to speak about something more important that can really bring change in our own country of Kenya? It is high time for us to stop listening to these leaders because they always tell us what they want us to hear, but not what we want them to tell us. Huwa watuambii hivyo. Inakwanga tu unichagua nitakufanyia hii na hii, ujue mara nini. No. What he was talking about in Kisumu or in Nyanza was all about tribalism. Ili Wajaluo wasisikizane na Wakikuyu. Apana, that is something that is so unmaturely. Apana, a leader like that. Apart from telling us that Ruto is going to be a one-time president, iyo mambo ya Gachagua na General Francis Ogolla is something that we don't want to hear right now. Right now, we want to hear how we can solve the problem and the challenges that we are undergoing under the government of William Samoei Ruto, but not how we can hate other tribe. No, we are not going to relent on that one. We are not going to allow such unmature politics to storm across this country of Kenya, especially at this difficulty moment where things are not yet good under the government of the day of President William Samoei Ruto in this country of Kenya because of unfulfilled promises. Thank you so much for your great support, and let us meet in the next video that is going to be uploaded shortly.